Hey guys, if you want to see how I got the car to this point and how I got the hood like this after I filled it in, make sure you stay tuned. Howdy guys, welcome to the cave. I'm Mark and you're watching Blue Street Customs. Okay guys, well, as you saw, I cleaned up the wing pieces. Alright, cleaned up the wing itself, cleaned up the two scoops. There was a lot of flash on these things. So anyways, got that all done. Then I went, if you remember, the person that had this model before, because I had picked it up at a yard sale or whatever, and they had cut the hood out, because the hood had an option to put on this hood scoop, right? So however it went like this, I guess, right? Make the hood scoop, and then that goes on here, kind of thing. So anyways, they had cut it out to do that. And of course, the race cars don't have that, right? So I filled it in. I used a piece of this heavy plastic signboard that I picked up for free. So now what I have to do, I curled up the edge already to try and fill it in a bit, but these little indents on the hood right here, as you can see, there's an indent right here on both sides. Well, those indents, this little piece right here where it curves on the high side of the hood, and then there's the little piece here that curves as the indent, right? Well, I have to recreate that over here. So it should be somewhere like this, kind of thing. And then again, right about here somewhere, right? I got to do both sides. Kind of something like that, right? So I have to do something like that with it. Plus, this rib that's right here, there's a rib in the hood, right? I also have to put that in. Now that rib fades out somewhere about here, like so. Now the race car, I've been watching a bunch of 1969 and 1970 vintage NASCAR races and trying to collect information on what the vehicles look like, because it's hard to find reference photos of these race cars. They have these hood pins, not a problem, but they also have two over here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put them in. I don't know if, oops, I don't know if I have the capabilities of being able to So as you can see here, I don't know if I have the capabilities to try and reproduce those hood pins. I also have to shave off these signal lights. So that's what I'm going to work on next anyways. I'm going to try and get these indents in. I'm going to just use some 0.5 and some 0.2 thick sheet styrene. Try and build it up in the sander, and then sand it in, try to shape it. Obviously got to sand all this down. Now under here, looking at the bottom of their hoods, for what I can see, they don't have any of this hood insulation or anything underneath, so I'm going to smooth all this stuff out. They don't have hood latches and stuff, so I'm going to use my Dremel and a fine grinding stone and smooth all that down. So that's what we're going to do. Something else I also noticed is I went ahead and carved in the grooves of the doors and stuff a little better. And noticing all these race cars, I knew they welded the doors shut, but I thought you were still able to see the body lines. So going by the videos and stuff that I've seen, I've got to fill in all these door lines. and smooth out the body. So all these up top, I got to fill this in. I have to double check on this vent up here, but I think that stays. So this door line and stuff all has to go. Now, in some cars, I got to decide, but some cars, they have these, and they have this grill, and then they have the signal lights in the bottom. They've taken them out and added grills there, and then they have their spoiler up front to redirect air and downforce. Some cars, they actually cut out one of these headlights and they put a grill there. But I have to double check. I don't know, because this is the Daytona, but they also ran some of the Superbirds, which are basically an identical car. But the Chargers, they did the hoods, they still had the indents. The Superbirds didn't have the indents, and they had different vents on the doors. The Chargers were like this. The Superbirds, they had a scoop on the side over here. But I think they got rid of that in the NASCAR racing. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm going to do. I got to finish smoothing out this back side and everything here, fill in a few spots, continue shaping my rear bumper. So that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm going to continue. So hope you enjoy. Okay guys, now that I've done a little bit of filling, got the basic shape, center line. Now it looks like hell, but it won't be when I'm done with it. I still got to sand the underneath, but I got rid of all the stuff that shouldn't be there. So what I'm going to use for filler, I hate that Tamiya shit. I got it, but I hardly ever use it. What I'm going to use is this stuff. It's from Canadian Tire, but I mean, you can get this type of stuff from pretty much any type of auto parts store that has bodywork products. Here is a glazing and spot putty. It's meant for doing in little fine scratches and pinholes in the plastic filler when you're doing bodywork on vehicles. It is a great product to use on vehicles, and I have used it on models in the past, way before I was doing YouTube. So this is what I'm going to use. It's soft, easy to sand, dries quickly. Trust me, you'll love this stuff way better. So I recommend getting this stuff from your auto parts store. This here is about $5-6 if I remember correctly, and this is a 4.15 fluid ounces, 118 milliliters, give or take. So there's 10 times as much of this good stuff as there is of this garbage stuff. And in Canada, this is cheaper than this. So why waste your money on this crap when you can go get 10 times as much for half the price? This was 12 something on Amazon, which is the only place I could find it, plus another $8.50 for shipping. You guys in the US have it easy. Try to get some of this stuff in Canada, like any of these Tamiya paints and stuff like that. Not as easy to get it in Canada and not as cheap. But anyways, this is what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to let you watch, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so after a bit of work, I know it's not perfect, but considering what it was, you know, I still got a bit more work to do, but at the same time, this is a barn find car, so I will be doing some damages to it anyways, but I will fix this up and refine it a little better. I think it's off to a good start. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in these door lines all the way around, fender line, probably the one up top here. I'm going to fill these ones in. On the side here, I got to leave this joint all the way through. Oops. So I'll finish this one up. Do these door lines. May hit it with a can of primer and just see how it all looks. And we'll probably leave it there for this episode. Next episode, I'll probably finish up this tail pan, finish up the bumper, maybe fill this stuff in, look at a few more reference photos, and we'll go from there. So I will do this, and I'll come back and I'll show you, and then we'll sign off. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay guys, well, I've got it primed. So as you can see, I still got a few marks I've got to fill in. I primed it so I can see things a little better. You can still see the faint line up here. A little bit on there, some sanding scratches I have to get rid of. This side needs a little more work. But I've pretty much got it all gone. So that's where I'm going to leave this one at. Next episode, I'll have that finished up. And we can start doing body damage and start the basic colors. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I post videos. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think so far. So until next time, later.